Hey guys, hello and welcome to Bardock Gaming tutorial series on how to make your own prop hunt. This is video number 2. In the last video we covered quite a lot. We covered all the areas, the pregame lobby, the main area, and how to get all your players to their designated locations and set up timer devices and get all that squared away. In this video we're going to cover a little bit more on some of the devices that you'll need or want for the propomatic and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and drop one of those. It's the propomatic manager. And it looks like that. We're going to go ahead and place that right there. And you just set one of these down next to all the other little devices you got. We'll go in there. And this one just kind of lets you fine-tune a little bit more about your propomatic. You don't technically need one of these. This is only if you want to change how it behaves a little bit. So like you can change whether or not the props ping on an interval or how often they ping, and they can show the cooldown and players hiding and all that good stuff. So I don't mess with a whole lot of stuff on here. One of the ones I like to do is like right here where it says prop health behavior, where it says scale with size. You can leave that on if you want, so if they hide as something massive like a car or whatever, they'll get more health. If they hide as something small like a cup or like a little rubber duck or something, they'll have lower health. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to don't override for my personal preference, because I want them to have very little health. I think I have it set to 25. But that's one of the things that I change. You can also change the frequency. I'm going to leave it at the default 15 seconds. You can even make it to where they can't cancel disguise, so if they hide as something, they have to stay as that. And how long it takes for them to actually transform into disguise. I'm going to leave most of this at the default, so I'm just going to go ahead and place that in there for now. But you can go through all these settings and kind of fine-tune it the way you want it to be. But for now, we're going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. Alright, so let's see what else we got. So I got that, there. And the timer counts down and kicks them all out. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick play test to see what I'm missing. Okay. I'm a prop here. Everything looks pretty good. The prop ping's working. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and respawn here real fast. Looks like I spawned in the hunter area like I should. Excellent. And I spawned with all my weapons. And my self-damage is working. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Alright, the next thing I want to check out is how to actually end the game. So we're going to come in here to your team settings. And it should be inbound when receiving from. On team is out of respawn. Send an event to the other team settings. This is team 1, the props team. So on that, I'm going to go to team 2 and end the round. So what that's going to do is whenever all your props are eliminated and they don't have any more respawns left, it's going to end the round in favor of team 2. And as a default, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing since self-damage is turned on. And, well, because they'll just respawn as a hunter anyway, so that's not going to matter. So that doesn't matter. But what I do want is a way to set the props as the victor when the time limit runs out. So, in order to do that, I'm going to need an end game device. I'm just going to place it right here below that timer. I'm just going to call it the props end game. Not end game. Okay. What to end? We're going to end the round. And winning team will set to team 1. And make sure it is enabled, not activated. I don't know if I need to change that or not. Okay, activate, enable. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I have it set on a 10-minute timer. So if the timer devices are good to use, but they do have their drawbacks. And that being, they only have certain increments that they can be. I'm pretty sure that there's like 1 minute, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it goes like 5 minutes, or 4 minutes, I guess. Then 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, and then an hour. So if you have a game that you want to last longer than 10 minutes, but less than an hour, you'll probably have to do something a little bit different. But for now, since I have a 10-minute game timer, I'm going to go ahead and use this. So for that, we're going to go ahead and go into start at game start. We're going to turn that to on. Interact time, none of that really matters. Success on timer ends. And then completion behavior, set it to reset. Visible during game, no. I don't want them to see any of this. This is just going to kind of run in the background. And then showing HUD, make sure that's turned off. And the urgency mode is turned off. And audio effects are off. Like I said, they don't need to know this timer is running. It's just going to trigger the end of the round whenever it runs out. Okay, so then we're going to go to on success, send an event to that in-game device. I think it's called the props end game device. There it is. And it's already enabled, so we need to activate it. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and rename it. Let's call this the props timer. Prop end game timer. Awesome. So now this 10-minute timer will start when the game starts. And there's a 10-minute timer on both. So whenever this counts down, it'll send an event over here and end the round. So that's how we get that set up. So now we have a way for each team to win. Whenever team 1, the props, is out of respawns, they've all been eliminated, it will trigger an event to this, ending the round for the hunters. And then when this timer counts down, if all the props have hidden successfully for 10 minutes, it will send an end game, making team 1, or the props, the winners. Okay, so the next thing I want to cover is how to give your players experience, and that's pretty simple. So we're going to go in here, you need a couple things. You need an accolade device. These here are what actually give your players experience, but they need a trigger to do so. And I'm going to do a couple different things. I'm going to start off with a timer device so that players get experience over the course of time, and they'll also get experience off of eliminations. So I'm going to go ahead and place those down. Not that one, this one. Okay, so I'm going to place a couple of them. There's an accolade device for that, and an accolade device for the other one. And then I'm going to place a timer device above one of them. Okay, so this one we're going to make the elimination experience. We'll call it prop elimination. Alright. The name you give it here will be what's seen by your players. The one up here is not, so we'll just call it prop eliminated. And it will be seen, so I'm going to go ahead and capitalize it. Alright, and the word experience, I'm going to go ahead and set it to medium or small, should be fine. I'm going to leave it at medium for now. Selected team, and this is going to be only team 2, only the hunters, since they're the only ones going to eliminate props. And that should work. Okay, so then we need an award, and whenever we're going to go to the team 2 settings, that keeps moving around on me, there we go, which is the hunter team, and on enemy, eliminated by team member, right there. So now anytime anybody on team 2 eliminates somebody on team 1, they'll get a medium amount of experience. Next thing I want to do, this is going to be the props hiding experience. And we're going to go in here, give it a name, depending on how long you want it to be. So I'm just going to call it hidden or well hidden or something. Something like that. We'll give them, let's go with medium. Ought to be fine for this one too. And then select a team. Only team 1 can get this. And then we're going to award when receiving from that timer device that I haven't named yet. So we're going to go ahead and name that. We're going to call this the props hidden timer. Let's call it that. That sounds good. And then we will, on success, send an event to that accolade device we just made. And I believe I call it the props hiding experience. There it is. And then award. Okay. And now you just get to decide on how long you want that to be. So I'm going to do mine for every, let's do 2 minutes. 3 minutes? 3 minutes. That sounds good. So now, everybody on team 1, if they hide for 3 minutes, they'll get a medium amount of experience. And then if the props eliminate, or the hunters eliminate a prop, they'll get experience. One thing I needed to make sure that I got turned on, triggering play. Yeah, make sure the triggering player only is off for this one, and it's on for this one. So that way, only, it's up to you if you want a prop to be eliminated and all the hunters get experience for it, or only the person that eliminated it, or you want it to be the other way around. And likewise on here, make sure that it's set to everyone gets it on that one. Okay, so that covers that pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and I don't think I need a playtest. I think everything's good. So I got that set up, got the way to end the round. I do want to kind of mess with something I haven't really messed with before, and that is a round device. What is it called? Round setting device. There it is. And this here, I haven't really messed with it very much, but I was kind of like looking at it previously, and it does have some pretty cool stuff. So you can come in here and you can actually modify each round specifically or altogether. So if you want to change some things about specific rounds, I don't know if I need it for this one, but it can be pretty handy for other game modes. But you can do a lot of stuff in here. So you can enable it, and you can change resources, reload and restock weapons, respawn player on class reset, clear all items on class reset, wood given per round. So you can do all this stuff. I don't think I need this for this actually, but it is kind of handy if you want to use it somewhere else. I didn't know if it had any cool triggers in there or not, but it doesn't look like it does. So that should take care of that. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. There we go. Player counter. I don't know if this has any. It doesn't look like this is going to have anything useful either. Okay. So that looks pretty good. So I got my pregame lobby area, the place where the hunters will go, pregame lobby, hunters, game area. So that's pretty much set up, and the mechanics of this game should be pretty spot on. When you're playing by yourself, it's kind of hard to really play test it by yourself unless you have like several other people with you. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick play test real fast. Okay, so I have 25 health. So no matter what I change into, I should have 25 health. That works. Yeah, even something big. Still got 25 health, so that's working good. Okay, go ahead and respawn as a hunter. Yep, there it is. So with that setting there, since the props were out of respawns, it ended in victory for the hunters. Okay. Now I gotta wait for this. Alright. So that covers that. The next thing to do is come into your main play area and really decorate it with props and get it the way you want it. And that's pretty simple to do. You just go in here to the devices, and you can go in. There's literally, I thought there was at least. Should be able to. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it's not under here. It's under galleries. Yep. Galleries, props, and you can pick literally any of these. There's so many to choose from, and you just click on one, you hit open, and it brings up a list of all sorts of stuff. So if you want something specific like temples or trees or whatever, just come in there and place whatever, and anything you place like this, players will be able to hide as being a prop. So you can just come in there and decorate it as much as you want. So, and that's kind of up to your discretion on what you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that at that. It should cover pretty much everything as far as mechanics wise about how the propomatic works, how to give your players weapons and all that good stuff. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I got all the player spawners. Everything's set to a 2-to-1 ratio, so there's there's more props than hunters, obviously. And then whenever they're in here, they'll spawn to their designated locations as a prop with their weapons that they need. I do have it set to where they can't drop like the propomatic or any of the weapons they have as a hunter. And when they get eliminated, it will delete them and then re-give them to them as they spawn. So with all that, I think this video is pretty much a wrap. If you have any questions or concerns or whatever, make sure you comment down below, or you can reach out to me on Facebook at bar.gaming. But I'm going to end this video here. Thanks y'all for watching, and happy creating.